Hey yo everybody, Haku here with this week's HaQ&A where I answer your comments and questions. And I had this thing on, because before this I recorded the Pokemon Gen 2 challenge video, and I'm planning on posting that the day after this. But yeah, so we just kind of talk about the stuff you brought up, the topics you brought up in the comments, and just stuff that you guys want to talk about. I mean, I guess by now you get the sort of main point of doing these. It's just so that I can answer you more personally, and so that we can talk about specifically what you guys comment that you want to talk about for the week. And for this week's, we actually got a lot of questions, but I think I can handle this in less than 30 minutes. Okay, Angela C. said about last week, you're welcome. I know for sure that Pucelle is going to be reading the light novels on stream, so you could check them out sometime after reading Arc 1. That's what he's starting out with too. And yeah, the first arc is completely fine to read off camera, but later on arcs can be confusing. Also, it's better not to judge based off the first chapter. For example, the first chapter to Aces is about 50 pages. In between chapters are around 30 pages, and the final chapter is around 80. Streams can be weird at first, but it becomes natural after a while, so don't worry too much. But if the stream quality is bad, or if you're not feeling it, it might be better to do something like the manga read-throughs. Do whatever fits you more, though. And yeah, I'm glad I'm starting off with this one, because this is going to be important, because I had a lot of people talking about how I was going to decide to do the future Mahou Shoujo Weeks, aka Haku light novel videos. This is good because I think I have decided that I'm just going to do it, a read through how I'm doing Boku no Hero Academia. I'm just going to pick one day each week, don't know which day it's going to be yet, and on that day each week I will read a chapter or two chapters. I'll have to just do the first video or first few videos to get into how many I want to do per week. I don't know if I want to do it an hour like the Boku no Hero, or 4 chapters. It used to take an hour. Now for some reason it feels like we're getting through in 40 minutes, but I think that's because the chapters are just shorter now. Where the first few chapters were extra long, like the first few of any manga is. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to shoot for that long of a read-through, maybe only like a 20-30 minutes. If that takes me a chapter or two to do that each week, then that's what I'll do. And I'll start at the very first one, even though we've seen that storyline in the anime, just to have it so that anyone who wants to read along from the very beginning can read along alongside the videos. So that sort of thing. I don't want there to be any missing pieces like that. So that is the way I think I've decided to do this. Noir 30891 saying the same thing. They're happy with whatever I decide. Happy reading. And yeah, same answer there. Oh, and also I said to them, that reminds me, for when I plan to start doing those read-through videos, maybe somewhere in mid-January, maybe earlier than that, but sometime in January, I think. I want to wait until the next season of anime starts and wait until the next semester of college starts for me, just so I see what my schedule's like and what days it would fit in best. And then once I see what my schedule's like, then I'll decide which day I want to do the read-through videos on and start doing them. Maroc Infotube said, bravo man, you were right about the true nature of pudding, and thanks a ton, but a lot of people did think about the same thing with pudding, but Oda really did well at creating a lot of doubt of whether it was true that she was evil or not, because a lot of people were assuming that from the beginning, but Oda did so well at writing her as a good guy that most people who even thought that at the beginning were like, okay, maybe she is actually honestly good. Akemi Homura said, this chapter was good despite not having a lot going on. Brulee's power works while unconscious. Another reason we seriously need Devil Fruit powers explained more. We got Pedro and Tamago's bounties, which were cool. They had a nice fight. I was wrong about Pudding being a good person, it seems, but I'm still on Team Pudding. I said I would never hop the fence. I'm disappointed with Oda because I really wanted her to be a kind character and marry Sanji, even if it was in the future. Even dying for Sanji would have been better than this. I guess I could hope that she's a 3rd commander and has a higher bounty than Jax. I could get some satisfaction from that, or if Sanji threw away his chivalry and fought Pudding, this would be worth losing an awesome romance. We finally got to Big Mom's true plans. Poor Sanji, though, he suffered so friggin' much during the arc. I honestly don't feel if it's good writing anyway. Nami will forgive him easily, even if she finds out why he did it. I think it should still bother her. We didn't see Brook this chapter. We really need Peckham's and Jinbei to make a move. There's a break next week, I think. And yeah, this chapter was great. There was a ton going on, but we saw everybody important except Brooke. And I think you're right about the break. I don't think there's going to be a chapter tomorrow. If there is, I will have my live reaction up in the morning. If there's not, then tomorrow, like I said, I have that Pokemon Gen 2 video planned. And I'm working on my Monmusu Top Waifu video so that hopefully if I get it done, it can be up on like Sunday or something, hopefully. But yeah, going through this part by part, Brulee's power working while unconscious, that is a very weird one. My best guess for that is that maybe the mirror world already exists, but normally nobody can get to it, but Brulee's power lets her go into the mirror world, because if the mirror world was something created specifically by her devil fruit, it wouldn't make sense that it would work while she was unconscious. Pedro and Tamago's bounties I did think was really cool, and I really like that fight. For pudding, I get what you're saying, because it feels like for her to just be an evil character, giving fans that, fans who thought that she was evil from the beginning, being like, yeah, I knew it, she was evil, giving them that is one thing, but you're right, if so many people predicted it, it is kind of predictable, so I'm not sure how great it is writing-wise, given that it was that predictable, but I kind of prefer it better this way. But, yeah, her dying for Sanji could have maybe even been better than what we actually did get, even though I'm happy with what we actually got. And yeah, I think that's it. And about not seeing Brooke, I think we need to see him sometime soon. Just cause, I don't know, I think Brooke was in a lot of shit with Big Mom. And with Peckham's and Jinbei, I want to see Jinbei again. I feel like Oda has kind of taken too long to get back to what happened with Jinbei, to where now fans don't have the excitement of, oh, where's Jinbei as much anymore, and they're just like, okay, he's out there somewhere, when's he finally going to show back up? As for Peckham's, I'm happy with Peckham's being actually really dead. I mean, Peckham's was kind of a lame and boring character to me. I wasn't a big Peckham's fan, and it makes Capone seem more dangerous, makes the stakes seem higher if he actually died. Like with Monet and Virgo's deaths. I really liked Monet and Virgo as characters, but I don't like Monet as one of my favorite characters, like in all of One Piece, but I'm happy accepting her death, because I feel like her dying there showed that the stakes were pretty high. This was a life and death situation going on. Maverick Alpha commented, "Hey Haku," oh, and this is a freaking great one. "Hey Haku, my name is Platt Fleece. I'm the one translating Maho Shoujo Week's Keikaku light novels. I've been watching your reviews for a while, and I'm so excited that you're gonna have a go at the light novels. I'll definitely be there to see you react. I wonder when that'll be. Either way, I'm glad you enjoyed the anime adaptation and are willing to give the series a shot. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. I see you're planning to read Unmarked Arc 1 first, so after that, there's really 2 ways to go. If you want to know more about Snow White's training, which was covered in like 2 or 3 minutes near the ending, I suggest reading Arc 1.5. Otherwise, go ahead and read Restart Arc 2. They're all numbered in the drive. Happy to help your channel grow and meet a fellow fan. Good luck to you. And thank you so much. It was such a crazy, amazing Christmas week. Everybody's talking about where so many celebrities have died. 2016 has just been horrible, but 2016... for me, starting YouTube, it's probably been the best, strongest year of my life, personally. There's been a lot of terrible shit going on with the world at whole, but, I don't know, my personal life, I feel a lot happier this year than I ever have before, because I have you guys and I have YouTube, and this was sort of another product of just me being really happy, seeing the translator of the light novels for a series that I'm a fan of, actually comment to me and said that they watched my reviews. That's really, really cool. And the same thing, the guy who does the scanlations for, does the translating for the scanlations of Monster Musume, messaged me on Twitter this week, and he was really, really cool too. And he's a guy I followed on Twitter for a while, so both of those guys are really cool people, and it's just, it blows me away that people that are translating these things that I'm covering are actually watching my videos and stuff. Now, if only that line translator from Tower of God could comment here, so I can tell him what's going on with the inconsistencies, man. But yeah, I don't know. I am very, very happy that you if you're watching, decided to comment here. And as well as the translator from Musu that messaged me, you guys are really awesome. And I don't know, it really brightened my day. I was really friggin' happy. I know you're just fans like me translating and everything, but it was just really, really cool for me. Yeah, I just pretty much said the same thing to him, that I'm probably starting with Arc 1 and just doing it read-through style, you know? Then Andrea Zapita said, what I want to ask is, have you ever seen Selector Infected Wixos or Lost Storage Incited Wixos? And I admitted, I was like, I saw the opening, because for you guys that don't know, I am a sucker for anime openings. I freaking love, even if I don't like the show, I love a good anime opening. I just think they're so cool. The animation, the song, I really like anime openings. And oddly, I'm not a big fan of AMVs, but I love anime openings. And I saw the Selector Infected Wixos opening once, and I was like, ooh, lollies, way. So, because of that, I thought it looked interesting. It's one of those series that I plan to watch someday, but I never have gotten to it. And they said, please watch it. It's actually very good and has 2 seasons. The first one's Selector Infected Wixos. Second one is Selector Spread Wixos. There's a new anime that just finished today called Lost Storage Incited Wixos. You can watch that one without watching the other ones, but I kind of recommend you watch the other ones, though. And yeah, I said I'll try to watch when I have some time, because it does look interesting. There are a lot of shows I need to watch. Anime Watcher said, that costume you're wearing, and I'm wearing it right now. The costume you're wearing, though, kind of freaking me out over here. They look way more attractive when girls wear Pikachu outfits. And, Anime Watcher, I too am into a little costume play when it comes to girls. They also said, so now that the sports festival is finished in Boku no Hero Academia, aka the tournament arc, I'd like to know your general thoughts about it and how it stacks up to other tournament arcs you've read or watched. I thought it was really, really good competition-wise, but admittedly, it was really, really straightforward. We got the competition, that was good. A lot of other tournament arcs, we get the competition and it's good, but a lot of other ones have a subplot that's going on in each round of the competition, a bunch of little side things that are going on related and around the competition, but not necessarily in it. And the only thing we really had here was Todoroki's past. That was our only real subplot. And I mean, even most Dragon Ball tournaments, and you guys know I kind of like Dragon Ball a little bit, but I'm very critical of it. Even its tournaments did have some side stories going on, and it was good, but I would say that though the Boku no Hero Academia tournament arc was good, it did not stand up to Tower of God's Workshop Battle, which was an amazing tournament arc, and definitely did not stand up to probably my favorite tournament arc, which was Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament arc. And both the Dark Tournament arc and Tower of God's Workshop Battle had really great games and actual tournaments, but also great side stories and subplots that went alongside them. So I think that's the difference there, is that we had the competition, but we didn't really have any subplot going on around it. Hi to Ham said, hey Haku, from chapter 309 of Tower of God, what do you think about Bomb's Thorn being part of the complete Thorn? And there's another part that Rachel wants, so she's basically lowering Bomb because she needs to extract his Thorn, melting Bomb in the Thorn to complete the real format of the Thorn that's capable of killing Zahard, who is immortal. I actually think she's going to fail terribly and then move on to another evil plan. But I don't want to see Bomb get the Thorn personally. I'd like to see Bomb give up the Thorn, maybe to revive the Guardian some people have brought up. And I'd like him to climb the tower without relying on the Thorn's power. I'd also be interested to see Rachel fail in her plan and die at the Floor of Death. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's just the normal fan reaction. Everybody's like, oh, Rachel, die. We need to see her die. But it's not because I'm a Rachel hater and just want to see her die. I think it'd be interesting if Rachel died, because Bomb would change a lot. Bomb has spent his whole time in this series chasing Rachel. The whole first season, he was trying to chase her and find her and carry her up the tower. The whole second season, he's trying to find her to see what's going on, and then when he does find her and she's evil, He's trying to still catch up to her now. Her with Joaquin and everybody. He's still trying to chase after her team. Baum has spent his whole time in the tower chasing after Rachel. And it would be interesting if Rachel died. What, with her no longer there for Baum to chase, how is he going to stay motivated to find more stuff out about himself? Is he going to stay motivated to help his friends climb? I want to see how Baum is going to stay motivated if he loses Rachel to chase after. So I think it'd be interesting if she died at the floor of death because of that. Noah.02014 A/Z24 said, "Dang, so the reason why some high rankers can't go to the next floor is that it's locked. The only way to get into the next floor is to get the keys to unlock the door to the next floor. This is intriguing." And I think it's really cool because it's just cool to see how Zahard's trying to keep anyone from passing him, you know? Joshua B said 43 is the floor of death. It's just that it's close in comparison to previous floors, and that they'll need to be prepared when they get there or something like that. And yeah, the way Rian said it that chapter last week just made it seem like it was like up next or something. She's like, "You guys need to get ready. The floor of death is right here." And we're like, "Oh crap, we're about there." But no, it is apparently still the 43rd floor. Rian just worded it interestingly. Ilham Naeem said, "Excited for the Haku character. Do you think he's connected to Wang Ning in any way?" And I don't think so. I think he's a creative and awesome character. I don't think he's related to Wang Ning in any way. Then Ilham Naeem said, even I tried out Noblesse and stopped because I thought it was slow, but then I picked it up again, and it does very good. The slow start really puts off a lot of people. And I said I'd try it again, like I said last week. I'll try it again. I just, I really like the anime OVA. I tried to read it once, I just couldn't get into it. They also said, "How do you think Zahard locked the door?" I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem like most floors even have doors, at least not ones that we can physically see. But maybe somebody built it. Maybe he, like with all the talk of Ashul Adwaru, and since Ashul Adwaru made the keys, or made the weapons out of the key, maybe he had Ashul Adwaru make the door itself to stop people from passing him. Or maybe the door is some kind of guardian contract. We've seen some really weird guardian contracts, like the people just getting blown apart if they try to attack Kaiser without permission. So maybe it's just some kind of guardian contract. They also said, "I'm loving the new twist in Tower of God. It'll be exciting to see them all trying to get the weapons and the keys. Also, do you think Mesheni Zahard is trying to gather the weapons so she can climb up?" And I think that is very, very possible, because it already seems like Mesheni's trying to collect the 13-month series. She could also just be trying to take one of Yuri's so that she'll have two and Yuri will only have one, so that she can stay ranked above Yuri, since she seems like she has a bit of a rivalry going on with Yuri, since the Ha and Kun families are kind of rivals. So I think it's possible she's trying to open the door, or it could also be possible she's just trying to push Yuri down and keep herself above her. Ilham Naeem also said, why did Zahard lock the door in the first place? So that nobody can topple his position, or did he want to break from all the conquering? We know that he failed to climb the 135th floor. He was too tired to go up to the next, and he had to set up his kingdom and hibernate or whatever. But I would assume that it's so that nobody else can pass him. Nobody else can become the new king. That would be my presumption here. Dezelzi said, "Since Wang Ning's considered a failure, could Haku be his other half blast with Zahard's power the right way, and Wang Ning is the immortality side? IDK Haku, I'm so glad I found your page, because nobody reviews Tower of God. It's anime worthy, I know you agree." I do very much agree. And Kulfu said, "I don't know, but SIU mentioned that Wang Ning had great power he didn't know of." I've had, like you saw before, I had another comment about it, a few people asking if I think they're related, but unless there's something in the preview service that people are referencing, we have like absolutely no evidence, no hint at all, no reason to believe that they're related in any way. That's like seeing Barrow show up towards the same time as Akka and being like, is Akka and Barrow part of one another? And no, like from what I've seen, they're completely unrelated. It's possible, since Wang Ning hinted at being from a cold place, that he may be from the same place. He may be from the floor of death as well, but I doubt it. And I say later on that I hope Wang Ning isn't from the floor of death, because I think we need to do something new with Wangnan. I said in the review, I think it was actually, that I think that Wangnan shouldn't be from the floor of death, because we just found somebody from the floor of death. We're just now getting to that. I think he should be from something later on that we'll get to later. I think that'll be better. Also, thank you very so much for the compliments on the channel. And yeah, I really hope that through making the videos and stuff, maybe we can grow the community a little bit and have it more active and stuff. It's already a very active community outside of my channel, of course, but I hope that we can help grow that a little and maybe get the series a little bit more attention. Maybe even some other people will start reviewing it actively and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Coolfu270 said, Kasano took the devil from Horyang. Maybe that's why Rachel recruited him to learn the technique to steal the devil from Bomb and use his thorn. Or like I said maybe before, Rachel's thorn would be merged with Emily. By the way, I read the leaked Raw all the way to 233, and I like their new outfits. And actually, that's a good theory that Rachel recruited him for that reason. I love the winter outfits they have on now, and like I said in the comments, I trust you for sure not to leak anything from the Raws. But for any of you guys who read the preview service Raws, please, because they come out like 3 weeks ahead of time, please don't leak anything to me from them. I don't read them for two big reasons. One, if I read them, there'd be no point in the live reactions. And two, if I actually did a live reaction to them, it might not even be accurate, because there are a lot of times when SIU goes in and changes things and adds things. Like there's the preview service version, and then when the final version comes out, SIU has changed and added a lot of thanda So that's why it's good for some fans, but I don't really want to be involved with the preview service. El Panda Rojo de Bamboo said their top 18 Pokemon starters on my top, like my video I made on my top Pokemon starters, and their number one was Typhlosion, so I said nice, I really love Typhlosion. Raideku said Hardcore Alice rules, frowny face, and I said agreed, frowny face. Hardcore Alice, waifu. Raideku said their top waifus are Top Speed, Pucelle, Tama, Nemarine, and Sister Nana. And that's a pretty cool list, because that's really interesting. I've seen not many people that like Sister Nana that much. Nemarine, seeing her high up, Nemarine is pretty much in everyone's top 5 that I have seen. Even Astral GD said their top 5 is Weiss Winter Prison, Hardcore Alice, Nemarine, Ripple, and Pucelle. And I of course said, because in my top five as well, I was like, yes, Weiss, Alice, and Nemarine. But also some dirty Rule 34 artwork. I went on Rule 34 because I was interested. I was like, I wonder if they have anything tagged for Mayo Shoujo Weeksei Keikaku yet. And they did, and like I would say like 80 to 90% of it was all Pucelle stuff, and I'm like, I did not know the fandom was that attracted to Pucelle, but finding some of that dirty Rule 34 artwork made me appreciate Pucelle a little bit more. Anime Watcher said about Boku no Hero Academia, Stain and Shigaraki may have the same goal of destroying society that All Might built up, but they're doing it for different outcomes. Stain wanted to destroy the peace of society because he felt that new heroes except All Might had grown corrupt, or they're rescuing ordinary people for fame and money. Shigaraki just wants to see the world burn. I love them both as villains for different reasons. Shigaraki is really charismatic and funny, and I think his design is really awesome. And I am just always a sucker for the bad guy with a moral cause. Like, the bad guy with a moral cause, like what Stain is doing, is just a character that I really tend to like. And having already recorded this week's read-through video for the next 4 chapters, I really enjoy Stain and Shigaraki there. And Stain is a really cool villain just because I like how he kills the weak heroes so that only the strong heroes can live. And he acts sort of like a culling system that breeds the best heroes. I think that's a very interesting place in society he has. Andrew Zapita said, what a turn of events. I was shocked to see Nemu at, you know what? I'm not going to read the whole comment because that kind of spoils some of the things I said in my top 15 Mahou Shoujo. But they also did a really detailed list of their top 15, and it was really fun to read. So if you guys want to go hang out in the comments and talk to each other in the top 15 Mahou Shoujo waifu video, there are some people that had some pretty interesting top lists there. And they said something about Ruler's legs though in theirs, and yes, Ruler's legs will play. Also, it seems like at the end they said it's a shame that the producers aren't planning to do another season, though they might consider it, so we still have hope. Thanks for the video. And yeah, it does seem like the anime was mostly to just get attention for the light novels, but it seems like it was so popular that I could definitely see a second season coming that they didn't even plan on originally. I mean, that happened with one of my favorite anime of all time, Towaru Majutsu no Index. The original Towaru Majutsu no Index was just sort of made to promote the light novels, and it did so well that they did a second one. Once again, not focusing on being a great anime. I did still think it was a great anime, but it was mostly focused on just telling the story, adapting it in order to draw more people into the light novels, and that's kind of why we haven't had yet a third season. Railgun, of course, was different because Railgun was meant to be an anime adaptation of the manga, and you can tell there was a lot of detail put into it to try to make it a great anime. And it ended up becoming a great anime because that was put in there. And I think Mahou Shoujo Weeksei Keikaku could get a similar treatment. They said, I really hope they make a second season, and the third and a fourth. I just want to see all the arcs animated. Hashtag Magical Candies outfit Namarin-sama. And also, yeah, I know that once I read the light novels, I will want the same thing. I can already tell I will. Alnoa.02014 A/Z24 said, Haku is an interesting character. I wonder which side he'll take. I think that right now he'll stick with Bomb. Then I think when we find out about the painting being with Rachel's team, he'll turn on the bomb for the he'll turn on Bomb for the painting. Not he'll turn on the bomb for painting. He will turn on Bomb for his painting, and then once he has his painting, I think he'll turn good once again. And then once everything is settled, I think he'll probably stop climbing the tower. Because, I mean, think about it. His whole reason for climbing the tower was to get the painting. If he gets the painting on the floor of death, he will be back where he started out, the floor of death, and he will have what he started climbing to get, his painting. So he won't really have a reason to climb anymore. So I think he might just stop climbing and stay on the floor of death after this floor of death arc. Anime Watcher said, that was pretty cold-blooded of Haku just to abandon the people living on the 40th floor, but what can you do? Anyway, I'm happy that we're settled on Kun's character for now until we get to the Kun family arc. I'm still hyped for that. And really, the people at that 40th floor station should kind of learn to defend themselves. I feel like it was kind of rude for them to expect Haku to give up on climbing the tower and just stay there forever, giving up his dreams to babysit them for all eternity. Also, I'm really excited for the Kun family arc, but I think even more than that, I'm excited for the princess and the key collecting arcs in the future, because the princess arcs are going to be amazing, and the key collecting arcs, that is going to be the hypest thing late game, I feel, for the series. Alnoa.02014 A/Z24 said, Emily is such an untrustworthy device. It really pisses me off how it's used for wrong things. Fuck Rachel, I wish she was gone. She's a manipulative asshole using people. I hope she ends up in Jawingnin's situation. And yeah, at this point, I don't think you can really trust info from Emily. I still kind of hope Rachel dies, not because I hate Rachel, but like I said, just because I want to see what it does to Bomb's motivation and character. And then lastly for this week, it looks like Abled Cat said, with all these new arcs and storylines being set up in this chapter, how long do you think Tower of God is going to end, or last before it ends? I say we have many, many, many years to go. With all the story potential yet to come, with as big as the universe is, I know SIU wants to write other stories in his Tulsuser universe, but Tower of God itself definitely has years to go. Hell, I could even see it ending up longer than Naruto, maybe One Piece length or longer. There's a lot of story that can be told here, and if SIU wants to tell that story, and if I was the guy writing a story as good as this, I would want to tell that story. With the amount of story that can be told, years. We still have years and years to go, in my opinion. And that is it for this week, I do believe, when it comes to comments. Yep, that's all we got. So a little over 30 minutes. This is a pretty good HaQ&A, I think. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got a lot of great comments this week. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there anything you want to discuss next week, what you thought of anything I said here, what you thought of any of the questions here. Subscribe for more everything I talked about here and more. We've talked about a lot. We talked about what? Pokemon, Tower of God, Mahou Shoujo Isekai Haku, Boku no Hero Academia, a bit more One Piece than normal, which I always like talking about One Piece. So we talked about a lot of great stuff this week. Follow on Twitter as well. I'll try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel. That's it. So thank you guys so much once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.